It was 15 years ago, and I was outside of a bar called the Boiler Room doing cocaine with my friend Brian. He wasn't as much a friend as he was the guy that I met the weekend before when I was outside of a bar called The Cock doing cocaine. 15 years ago, I had a brand. Now my brand is chamomile tea and brooches and going to bed before 9. So in walks in this very skinny, very tall twink named Dennis. I liked twinks. Some brands never die. And the guy that I was with, Brian, commented on his shirt. He was wearing this crop top that was cut too high and it's very small. And my friend Brian said, "That shirt's too small for you. It looks stupid." Which is just, that's not necessary. He didn't do anything to deserve that. You shouldn't be mean to people unless they deserve it. Be nice. I'm Southern. But if they deserve it, then, really let them have it. I'm Southern. So I said, "I think it's cute." I did not think it was cute. And so he looked at me with puppy dog eyes, and I brought him home. He moved in 2 months later, and he stayed for 11 years. He was the one-night stand that never left. Over the years, people would ask how we met. And I would say, "Oh, he crawled underneath the stall looking for food," which I thought was funny. He didn't think that was funny. He didn't think a lot of my jokes were funny. My laugh annoyed him. That's a delightful laugh. I was selfish. I didn't break up with him because I didn't have the balls and because, the sex was good. And he didn't mind the way that I looked naked. It didn't bother him. Because my body's a train wreck. I used to weigh over 300 pounds, and I've gained and lost a village of people over the years, and I've never been thin. There was this one day in the late 90s where I got down to 159 pounds, and I was a 29-inch waist. It was just for a day. It was a good day. I was actually hanging out at a bar uptown with Winona Ryder. And we weren't really hanging out as much as she was just at the bar that I was at. But I was so hungry and confused and delusional from not eating for days that it was basically the same thing. He told me once, he said,
"You're my soulmate."
And I said, "Okay." I thought I was being nice by not hurting him, by not breaking up with him, and I thought that I was looking like the good person. Not being the good person, but looking like the good person. They're very different things. I know that now, but if I was actually a good person, I would have broken up with him years ago, but I didn't. I just kept myself high. I would wake up, smoke pot, and just wait to go back to bed, and just kept myself numb from feeling anything. I was so unhappy. I gained weight, and I wasn't auditioning, and none of that was his fault, He just happened to be there for that. 11 years of ignoring the person that was living in my house is absolutely exhausting. Well, my neighbor, who's a good friend of mine, told me that one day he came home and he saw Dennis outside taking out the garbage and recycling, and Dennis was crying. He was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Oh, Bert's going to be home soon, and I've mopped the floors, and the air conditioner's on, and made dinner, and he's just not happy, and I don't know what to do to make him happy, and he's not happy, and he's just not happy." Anyway, so 2017, it was the year that I turned 40. Hold for applause. I decided that before the parade passes by that I've got to start living my life again, So quit smoking pot, and immediately had a nervous breakdown because I had not processed a true, real emotion in over a decade. And started auditioning again and just trying to get my life back, and broke up with Dennis. And I sat him down on the couch. I said, "You have to move out." And he looked at me with eyes that were not full of sadness or hurt, but with eyes that were full of hate. And he said,
"You're fat."
And I am, but that was That was supposed to be that was the thing that didn't bother him. That was the thing he didn't care about. But he did care. It did bother him. But he never let me know. And do you know why? Because he was being nice. There's a saying of, rub salt in the wound, which is fine. It's a little wasteful. If you rub salt in the wound, it stings you a little bit and you move on. The worst thing you can do is if you rub sugar in the wound. Because the sugar will get infected and fester. And you think about it every single day. So we moved to Colorado, and his mother is still convinced that we're going to get back together. Mothers love me. I'm Southern.